What's up, everybody? Today I've got a different video for y'all. I'm gonna give you a studio tour. So yeah, you know what, without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we're in my basement. Yeah, so my studio is located in the basement of my house. We moved here about a year ago. Yeah, it's been almost a year. The end of November 2021 is when we moved in. In those first few months, I mean, if you were around the channel back then, we had a pretty big break in there of a few months because I was just doing a lot of work on the house, and this actually was kind of one of the things that I was working on. I mean, honestly, this was at the bottom of the priority list because, you know, I had to make the place livable, and this is not really what livable is. This is extra, right? So yeah, let's kind of go through everything here piece by piece. I had previously recorded this video. However, it felt like I went through that video a little too fast. So we're gonna start here at the desk, my battle station. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera around here, and sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, this is the battle station, right? My main monitors, 1440p LG, and then I've got two extra screens. One, two. Both of these screens are routed into my ATEM switchers. I have two switchers. This one is the main switcher. It's the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. And this device is basically what, when we stream, it's what everything actually runs into. So, and this one here is actually connected to this monitor. You see I have this monitor labeled output 2. The nice thing about this switcher is I have two HDMI outputs, one here, and then the other goes to this screen here. And this screen we're able to see while we are recording the podcast or recording any video where we're sitting at this table, and we'll go over there in a little bit. But the nice thing, this is one of my favorite pieces of equipment. So I've got a couple of inputs here. So if I change, this is the multi-view. You can see everything's pretty much black because all the cameras and all the inputs are off. The only one that is on, this one says camera 2. However, this is this ATEM, which I have multiple outputs. I got four inputs into this smaller ATEM. This is the ATEM Mini Pro. So this outputs into this one, basically giving me 4 additional inputs because I use too many on here. I need more. So the main input here, this is my extra, it's essentially my extra PC screen. Okay, so, and then the other one up here, I have, it's basically like another PC screen. So I have 3 outputs for my PC, which, let's talk about it real quick. My main PC is down here. You can't really see, it's too dark, but it's a custom built PC. It's a, forgive me, I don't know what the specs are, but it is custom. Additionally, I have another Shure SM7B over here for if I want to do any other recording or video recording or audio. I have a high quality mic here. I was using this other shotgun mic. However, dynamic mics are just better quality. So I have one Shure SM7B here. The other 2 are for the podcast are over there when we're sitting at the table. Okay. So, additionally, I've got my light up here for when I'm streaming and or recording from this chair. And this is actually where the camera goes. It gets mounted there. Okay. Keychron. I love this keyboard. I mean, it's a keyboard, but it's nice. I don't know. This one, I don't know if this is actually wireless, but I do have it plugged in here. Stream Deck XL. I have another Stream Deck over here that I can utilize when I'm sitting at that chair over there, which is really nice. Okay. Now, audio. We've talked about mic. Where do they go? They go into here. This is a Yamaha MG12XU. I love this board. Okay. It's got, what, 12 inputs, I think. For the most part, they're all used. I do have them labeled. I've got more shotgun mics above here, okay? Because, I mean, we only really use these mics, the Shores, when we're recording the podcast or we want higher quality audio. However, these shotgun mics are really, I like them. They give me as good quality as I need. But the Yamaha MG12XU, the reason I got this one, I do have another, I think it's MG10XU, but the nice thing about this is the multiple buses, and there's a group output, so I can have one output going into the ATEM, and then the other going directly to the PC, to my PC down here, which is nice. I've got a ton of hard drives here, the smaller ones. These ones are for plugging directly into the ATEM, so I can record directly to the SSDs, which is really nice. I have a scanner, and this honestly is very helpful for if we're doing a game where I need card images and there's no database. The ability to have a scanner is really nice. So I think that's about it over here. I talked about the light, mic, screen. Yamaha MG12XU. Okay, this is a Blackmagic recorder. So this plugs directly into this is actually I use as an input. Honestly, this is a really niche thing. Basically, like when you're streaming or recording, you can load up video clips onto here. I use this for transitions. Again, if you don't use OBS, the thing I like about the ATEM is I don't have to utilize my PC for recording and or streaming purposes. It offloads all of it to these ATEMs. And this acts, it acts as a video playback device. You can use this to record, or you can use it as a video playback device. So I have video clips uploaded on here that I can load into the stream or recording, which is very helpful. But for me, the thing that I use it the most for are those transitions. So if I have a transition, I'll load it up onto here and then create it into the ATEM, which I'll show you really quickly. But the ATEM, the software, so the software control, I can control directly from here. Honestly, any computer that's hooked up to the network, I can use this. So I'll use it on this, I'll use it on the laptop over here, which we'll get to. But yeah, that's the majority. Now, one of my favorite things is my mini fridge. I don't know why, but I really wanted a mini fridge right next to my desk because I'm sitting here a lot. So yeah, that's nice. I have extra lenses. There's a light. Alexa's over there. Obviously deck boxes, but this thing here is really nice. This is a desk drawer unit from IKEA, and then I use it for storage. So we've got, again, deck boxes, cards. Oh, look, pop it. But for a lot of just equipment and also just random card game stuff and sleeves. And then I have more card stuff over here, and then just random equipment that I use it for. Oh, and my kids' iPads. Well, they're not iPads, but we just call them iPads because it's easier. All right, moving over here is just honestly having another desk or just flat surface is very nice. So it's kind of a mess. I've got all my card stuff out. I've got Magic cards, Final Fantasy cards. I got a lot of different card stuff out. Right. More cards over here. Camera. Okay, this is we've got multiple cameras. They're all Sony's. There we go. Sony A7 II. Well, this is a Sony A7 II. The camera I'm recording on here is my main camera, Sony A7R III. That is the wide camera, the camera that you see the majority of everything on. Again, a Sony a7 II, and then the overhead, also a Sony a7 II. Key light is over here. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Aperture 120D Mark II with the Aperture Light Dome 2 on it. Now, and once I go over, you'll see it, but I do have a grid on it. I like the directionality with the grid is very nice. It just gives you those shadows. I just like I like grids, and just the look on the look that you get with a grid is very nice, and I like that. This is my fill. It's a GVM. Forgive me, I don't know what the model is offhand. However, if you check out that link in the description down below, you can see links to pretty much all this equipment. Okay, but I also have an aperture lantern dome on it. At my old place, we had, these were the main lights. Excuse me, I used this and also the aperture, the 120D Mark II, but with this light modifier. I had two of those. I really like the light dome. It's very, very nice. Okay. Now let me turn this here. I think, now I gotta show you. I love this. This is it's Mickey, and it's Darth Donald. Yeah, Darth Donald. I got this at Disney World actually years ago, but I love this thing. I was able to get the artist to sign it, which is nice. And then this, one of my favorite playmats is you can see Stitch and Toothless. So I think I just got that on Amazon, to be honest. And then my Batman Secret Lab. Love that chair. It's very nice. So I think that's really over here. Oh, also, I need to talk about this. I built this. Okay, so these are attaching to floor joists. Okay, I just cut into my drop ceiling panels. Okay, building these was like the best thing I did. One of the best things I did down here, because it got all of this off of the floor, so I could just mount everything to these bars. Very, very, very helpful. It saved me a lot of floor space. So probably like one of the best things that I did down here was getting all this stuff up off the floor. So that was very, very nice. So let's go ahead and we're going to move over here. Now let's turn this again real quick. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of shelving space, which custom, I built it. This is all custom. These shelves over here, I honestly can't remember where I got it, but it was somewhere online. But I mean, as you can see, filled with games. I really like building these floating shelves. Super easy. I usually just buy all of my equipment from Lowe's and just build it myself. So I enjoy doing that. However, and then I think I got the tree at Target actually. All right. Again, you can see the bars coming down from the ceiling, and then again we've got our, let me come over here real quick. But overhead camera, another Sony a7 II. These are Audio Technicas. What is it? AT875, I think. But I really like these mics. They do a pretty good job. And so again, they're routed up through there and then come out down over there and then route directly into the MG12XU. Okay. So here's the grid on the light dome. Okay. Now, again, we've got our another Sony a7 II with a teleprompter. I've got a teleprompter on here. Well, it's just a mirror, but the teleprompter is just an iPad mini. So I've had this iPad mini laying around for a while. Was able to just load up an app on there, and now I use it. We're able to use it as a teleprompter. So very, very nice. Just recently got these frameworks, I believe, Gator Frameworks arms because what we used to have were just boom arms, and it was such a pain having to always set them up. They would just sag, and like this, for example, this one was always like moved over here. Okay, and so every time we'd record the podcast, I'd have to take it down, put it over here, make sure it's all out of the way, and then when I needed it, put it up, set it up, and then make sure it was tight and that it wouldn't sag. But it was just such a pain. Now with this, it's just so easy to set it up. Okay, we don't need it. All right, make sure it's out of the way for when we record from there. That way you can't see it, and it's golden. So really a really good investment, to be honest. I mean, these I think were $130. I think it really not too terrible. I mean, my main iPad, I really love this thing. Super nice. But the nice thing I like is here. This is like Command Central almost. Now I have this monitor on a swivel, so I'm gonna go ahead and swivel it here, so that way when we're sitting here, so if I'm here, I have like, there's the camera, another screen for like interviews, or if we have, a video we want to watch and we're sitting here. Really nice and helpful to have that screen there. One thing, I'm going to turn this. So one of my favorite things, in all honesty, about that screen is we've done interviews, okay? And not only interviews, but like we've played games with, like with friends or whatever. And having that screen there, it really, and like really during COVID was when, this started becoming more of a thing, right? But if you've been in the tech space, you've kind of already done stuff like this. But one thing that I noticed is in having interviews or just, Discord chatting with people, when they're up on that screen over there, it really feels like they're sitting here at the table with us. And that's just such a cool feeling. It's totally an aside, but just something that I've noticed and think is really kind of cool. So we've got the screen. Turn this again. And then get the mic. Again, having this thing on a swivel is just so nice. But laptop, again, being able to control the stream or anything from this laptop here. Now this is, again, not connected to the computer. However, if I have software control up here, this is connected to the network, so I can control it that way. However, I do have down here, we've got a mouse and keyboard that are hooked up to my main PC. So again, multiple ways of, again, I can control that computer or I can use this computer, whatever I need to do. And then I have here is, let me see if I can turn it on. Zoom H6, I believe, I think this is an H6. However, these mics are routed into there, which then that is output to the mixer. The reason I did that is I needed to record these on separate channels, mostly for mixing for post-production. So I did this, that way I can have them on separate channels and separate files, okay? However, the fact that I'm still able to route this into here, I can still use this audio for streaming. But again, normally when I'm streaming or even recording, we'll use these mics as they're just out of frame, which is nice, okay? And then again, we have rim light. That's my rim light technically, and then Jim's rim light is over there because that hits him while he's sitting in this chair, and this one will hit me when I'm sitting here. Now I do get a little bit of that light, however it hits me differently obviously, but again, a lot of that I've learned over the years. Okay, so I think that's the most part, mostly everything. Oh, also, Harley's down here. I've got a bed. That is a gimbal, which is very helpful. So that being said, let's get up here. I think that's pretty much everything. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I mean, that's the studio tour. Do you have questions? If you guys have questions about anything that you've seen, let me know. This is obviously a super different video that I've done, but I wanted to kind of just show everybody kind of what the studio is and kind of just show you all around. And if you've got questions, let me know. This was not done over I did not acquire this stuff over the course of like a month. Now this is over years and years and years and years of just acquiring gear and thinking about what I wanted to do with the space. And honestly, a lot of this stuff comes from years of photography and videography knowledge and gear, obviously, right? So what questions do you have? Like, if you guys want to know anything, let me know. Yeah, I'll be sure to respond to kind of any question you guys have. Leave questions down below in the comments. Yeah, but again, you can tell I'm kind of nervous and just, I don't know what to say. So thanks everybody for being here, and we'll catch you in the next video. See everybody.